The word saved, or the word salvation in the Greek, has 13 meanings. And there are two words that are used for salvation in the Greek language. One is soteria, and the other one is sozo. It means that in the use of the word soteria, there are 13 phases of implication. There are so many things you need to be saved from. You need to be saved from eternal death. You need to be saved from this age or this world. You need to be saved from Satan. You need to be saved from sin. It is that word soteria that holds meaning of saved in all of these spectrums.
Welcome to KingdomSignal Gospel Channel.
What's the meaning of what Jesus is saying? He that believeth and is baptized shall be saved. The word saved, or the word salvation in the Greek, has 13 meanings. And there are two words that are used for salvation in the Greek language. One is soteria, and the other one is sozo. Now, so anytime those two words are used, it implies a spectrum of meanings. It says, he that believeth and is baptized shall be saved. That's what I'm trying to explain. Are you there? And I said there are two Greek words for salvation. One is soteria, the other one is sozo. And they have 13 meanings. It means that in the use of the word soteria, there are 13 phases of implication. So let me explain something. There are so many things you need to be saved from. You need to be saved from eternal death. You need to be saved from this age or this world. You need to be saved from Satan. You need to be saved from sin. It is that word soteria that holds the meaning of saved in all of these spectrums. Is that clear? Now, so I want to show you which particular aspect in the 13-fold spectrum covered by soteria is this scripture referring to. He that believeth and is baptized shall be saved. Now watch this. When the children of Israel were coming out of Egypt, you still remember the story? And they were navigating out of Egypt. In order for them to be able to navigate out of Egypt, Moses operated in the gift of word of wisdom and said that a sacrifice has to be made. A sheep has to be sacrificed. And the blood of that sheep is supposed to be painted on the lintel and the doorpost of every house. And if you see the way the prescription of the painting that is supposed to take place, it reveals a cross. And all of those meanings were hidden until Jesus eventually was crucified on the cross. It was pointing to redemption. So what was going on was a prototype of redemption. That in order for them to escape Egypt, and Egypt was a prototype of the world system, they will need a sacrifice. And that sacrifice is going to be placed on the doorpost of the house and on the lintels, which is pointing to a cross. So that when the angel of death, are you there? So in Egypt, what the word of wisdom was designed to save them from was death. Principally, are you there? Principally, man's basic need is that he's under the condemnation of God and he has been sentenced to death. So it was the angel of death that was coming into the territory to visit Egypt. So, but when the angel of death came to Goshen, where the children of Israel were, he noticed that somebody has helped him do the job of killing the firstborn in Goshen. So he passed over. You see, he did not pass over because they prophesied. He did not pass over because somebody spoke and said, okay, no, he passed over because what he came to execute was already done in the land of Goshen from his own perspective, and that was the reason why he passed over them and went to wreak havoc in the camp of the Egyptians. So what happened to them when that lamb was sacrificed was redemption, was payment. The price that was paid in order for them to be exempted from death. So what happened to those guys is that they were saved from death in Egypt. Exactly. Just like the day you gave your life to Christ, you are no longer a candidate for eternal damnation. Because of that sacrifice, you've been exempted. So that's one layer of soteria. Now that they are saved, so they are trying to make it to the promised land. And then they now realize that Egypt begins to follow them with an intention to destroy them. Is that true? And as they navigated and moved on, they now passed through the Red Sea. It was at the Red Sea they were able to navigate on dry ground, and when Egypt wanted to cross over, they were swallowed up. So the situation we have there is that they were separated from Egypt by the Red Sea. You are not with me? You know, I told you that Egypt is the prototype of the world system. They were now safe, but they were still in Egypt and they were not safe. So in order for them to be safe, they will need to navigate out of Egypt. And the barrier that stopped Egypt from destroying them was called water. So that is baptism. So you are not following. You're not. Are you following now? So that is water baptism. Do you still remember our scripture? The scripture I'm trying to analyze. He that believeth and is baptized shall be saved. So the next level of saving is saving from Egypt. If you are going to be saved from Egypt, saved from this world system, then you need to be water baptized. So the matter in this scripture that we are considering is about your salvation from the world system, not your salvation from death. Let me still explain baptism. Because in baptism, what you are saying is that you are identifying with the death of Jesus. Do you know the implications of the death of Jesus? Do you know the implications of the burial of Jesus? Do you know the implications of the resurrection of Jesus? Because our faith and our possibility is anchored upon these three major matters. But the issue of baptism is an identification with the death of Jesus. Exactly. Now, so this is baptism. Imagine that someone dies. And the moment someone dies, it doesn't matter how long you want to preserve the person. The body's ultimate destiny is to be buried. So you get the body, you dig the grave, and you place the body. And the body is returned to the earth from whence it came. That is what baptism is.
You're welcome to Kingdom Signal Gospel Channel.